The Golden State Warriors community has been buzzing with two captivating storylines that promise to reshape the team's future. The first rumor revolves around a possible Blockbuster trade for a young and injury-prone star who could become Stephen Curry's eventual heir. Whispers suggest that the New Orleans Pelicans, currently enduring one of their worst seasons in recent memory, might be open to discussions about moving Zion Williamson. This idea alone has sparked heated debates among Warriors fans about whether the team should take a leap of faith and invest in a supremely talented but often sidelined player. Meanwhile, another piece of fascinating news has started to swirl around a towering talent from the Philippines, Kai Sotto. At 7 feet tall, he represents a rare combination of size and promising skill that may add another layer of intrigue to the Warriors' long-term plans. Both of these potential additions to the roster have set the stage for intense speculation as the Warriors look to fortify their lineup and possibly secure the organization's next big name. Fans are eager for clarity, but the swirling rumors and incomplete details only fuel more questions. Could Kai's international flair and Zion's explosive presence each offer a different path to sustained success? What would be required to land these players, and how would their arrivals impact the team's core? The possibilities, although uncertain, are enough to make every Warriors supporter imagine bold scenarios and dream about the next championship banner that might hang in the rafters. The urgency to find a future superstar continues to mount, especially as Curry nears another birthday. His greatness is undeniable, but the front office faces a ticking clock, mindful that elite talent must surround him now and stand ready to pick up the baton later. These two rumored prospects, Zion and Kai, have everyone on edge. Each name carries a sense of wonder and expectation, but neither is guaranteed to fulfill that lofty role. With so many unknowns, Warriors fans are bracing themselves for what might be the most pivotal roster move in recent memory. The question is whether these rumors will remain just that, fleeting talk, or evolve into a reality that alters the franchise's trajectory for years to come. The thought of adding someone like Zion Williamson conjures images of unstoppable drives to the rim and dynamic playmaking in transition. He has shown flashes of brilliance in his limited time on the court, demonstrating why scouts labeled him a once-in-a-generation athlete. Yet, his career has been marred by injuries, casting doubt on whether his explosive style can hold up over an 82-game season and beyond. Injuries or not, some see him as the kind of prodigy who, with the right guidance, could extend the Warriors' golden era deep into the decade. And it is here that the dialogue intensifies. Andrew Wiggins, Brandon Podziemski, and future draft picks have become prime bargaining chips in hypothetical trade scenarios. The possibility of shipping out reliable role players and promising youth to secure someone with the star power of Williamson has divided the fanbase into two camps. One side wants to gamble on generational talent, believing that a healthy Zion could revolutionize the team's frontcourt and offer the dominating presence missing since Kevin Durant's departure. The other side points to the heavy cost of possibly losing multiple assets. They worry about depth, chemistry, and the lingering uncertainties around his health. In the background of these debates, Stephen Curry continues to put on dazzling performances, reminding everyone that the Warriors still have a superstar in his prime. However, with each passing season, the window to maximize Curry's unique brilliance narrows. This urgency has triggered a willingness among team officials to explore every opportunity, no matter how risky, that could position the franchise for another extended period of success. Steve Kerr and his coaching staff would need to redefine strategies, especially if Zion joins the roster. The potential of combining Curry's shooting gravity with Zion's interior dominance is a vision that tempts fans to dream big. For a team that once thrived by combining unstoppable offense with relentless defense, a truly healthy Zion would be the perfect piece to reestablish the Warriors as a powerhouse. While the Zion situation percolates, the storyline about Kai Sotto captures an entirely different kind of excitement. A Filipino player of his stature and coordination is rarely seen, even on the global stage. Fans of international basketball have tracked his journey through the Japanese league and stints in NBA programs, believing that his mix of height, agility, and shooting potential could make him an asset in today's game. His presence alone could solve issues the Warriors have faced in the paint, particularly when matched against bigger lineups. The Warriors thrive on their long-range proficiency, but adding a towering figure who can both protect the rim and stretch the floor would be a game-changer. Kai's name has appeared in rumors linking him to the Warriors, but details remain speculative. Still, the possibility sparks powerful emotions among Filipinos who deeply admire his quest to become a significant presence in the NBA. The Bay Area also hosts a large Filipino community, which would likely welcome this signing with open arms. From a business standpoint, bringing Kai aboard could expand the Warriors' global market, but the real question is whether he has the tools to hold his own against the NBA's elite. On paper, his versatility stands out. He can step out for mid-range shots, block shots near the rim, and potentially adapt to different playstyles. Yet the most demanding fans want to see him dominate consistently before they crown him the next big thing. He showed flashes of brilliance overseas, but the NBA is an entirely different battlefield. If the Warriors were to move forward with Kai Sotto, they would likely devise a slow, methodical integration into their system. Draymond Green has a history of mentoring young players, and the combination of Green's knowledge with Curry's leadership could set a strong foundation for Kai to grow into a consistent contributor. As these two rumors swirl, some Warriors faithful are pondering whether it's possible to make simultaneous moves. That dream scenario seems far-fetched from a salary cap perspective, especially with the Warriors already near the luxury tax line. It's more plausible that one major roster shakeup may happen, and the front office will have to determine which path offers the most significant upside for both the short-term pursuit of another championship and the long-term continuity after Curry eventually steps away. In the case of Zion, it's a high-stakes bet on potential greatness that arrives with a well-documented injury history. But some argue that if the team can manage his physical demands and keep him healthy, the upside is immeasurable. The new era of the NBA demands versatility, and a re-energized Zion could form a terrifying pick-and-roll tandem with Curry. On the other hand, Kai Sotto's ascension would reflect a more patient approach. His integration would likely come with fewer immediate expectations, but might align well with a future-focused strategy. The power of mentorship cannot be overlooked. Numerous stars credit older teammates for helping them adjust to the league's rigorous schedule and mental toll. If Kai can adapt quickly, the Warriors might stumble upon an unexpected gem who can not only hold down the paint, but also add a new dimension to their offense. The possibilities stretch as far as the imagination allows, and each rumor injects a fresh wave of speculation that energizes fans across social media. Every tidbit of information, every snippet from ESPN insiders, and every hint from local beat reporters only intensifies the belief that a game-changing move is on the horizon. Right now, people everywhere are glued to updates, bracing for the moment when a trusted source reveals that a deal has been reached. If you're as fascinated by these rumors as we are, consider hitting that like button and subscribing to Warriors Nation TV. Your support helps us deliver the latest updates and keeps this community thriving. We all crave clarity about whether Zion's explosive athleticism might wear a Warriors uniform or if Kai Sotto's journey will lead him to the NBA's most revolutionary franchise. Until an official announcement is made, it's natural to feel a mix of excitement and impatience. But remember, the front office moves methodically, weighing every scenario to ensure it serves our collective goal, staying competitive for as long as Stephen Curry remains at the top of his game. From owners to coaches to fans, everyone understands how special it is to witness Curry's brilliance. Nobody wants to waste a season or fail to capitalize on his presence. That's why we follow each rumor so closely, interpreting every piece of breaking news as a possible sign of the next big shift. So, be sure to tap that subscribe button, drop a like, and stay locked in here at Warriors Nation TV for all the behind-the-scenes insights, rumors, and official announcements. We promise to keep you informed every step of the way, sharing your passion, your questions, and your hopes for what lies ahead. Now, let's focus on what might be the core question. Should the Warriors gamble on a massive trade to acquire Zion Williamson, or should they aim for a more understated deal that brings Kai Sotto into the fold? Zion's contract already places him among the highest earners, meaning any arrangement would require significant roster shuffling. Andrew Wiggins, for instance, could be the primary piece heading the other way. The thought of losing Wiggins' defensive prowess and his improved shooting might be painful, yet the promise of Zion's star power is tempting. Zion, at his best, is an unstoppable force attacking the rim, capable of generating highlight reel plays night after night. His presence could usher in a new chapter of Warriors basketball, bridging the gap between Curry's twilight years and the franchise's future. Meanwhile, Kai Sotto presents an entirely different equation. He's younger, less tested, and carries minimal risk in terms of contractual commitment. Some suggest he still needs significant development to handle the speed and strength of top NBA centers. But each improvement he shows overseas feeds optimism that he could transform into a modern big man who spaces the floor and anchors the defense. For the Warriors, whose style often embraces small ball lineups, the addition of a tall but mobile center could open up new tactical possibilities. Fans have longed for a player who can block shots yet still fit into a fluid offense. Kai's potential becomes more appealing when considering the mentorship from veterans who have thrived under the Warriors system. Many are intrigued by the idea of Draymond Green guiding Kai, teaching him to switch on pick and rolls and position himself effectively on defense. Others imagine how Stephen Curry's outside shooting would be enhanced by a big man with inside-out capabilities. Those who champion Kai Sotto argue that the Warriors shouldn't neglect the intangible benefits he brings. His signing would resonate deeply with millions of basketball fans in the Philippines, and the Bay Area's Filipino community would likely unite around him. This cultural dimension could spark a fresh wave of fan engagement, creating a new layer of excitement that extends far beyond the basketball court. Though marketing should never be the primary motivation for a roster move, it can bolster a franchise's global footprint and economic stability. Meanwhile, skeptics remain unconvinced. They point out that some international prospects, regardless of potential, struggle to adapt to the NBA's pace and physicality. The question is whether Kai can transform his size, mobility, and outside shot into consistent production against elite competition. If the Warriors are patient and nurture him the same way they did with Jordan Poole and other young players, perhaps Kai can develop into a crucial member of the rotation. On the Zion front, concern still revolves around his health. His bursts of athletic excellence keep the rumor mill spinning, but the Warriors will have to decide if they can handle the risk of frequent injuries. If he remains on the sidelines for a large chunk of the season, that burden could overshadow the potential high reward. Each scenario demands faith that Zion's health can stabilize or faith that Kai can evolve into a legitimate NBA contributor. Passionate fans are split between wanting to bet big for an immediate star and nurturing a prospect with long-term upside. With the Warriors' culture of winning, it's possible that either route could succeed, but any move of this magnitude comes loaded with intense scrutiny. Another factor fueling the conversation is the Warriors' past pursuit of high-profile names like LeBron James, Jimmy Butler, and Kevin Durant. Though those attempts didn't pan out, they reveal the front office's aggressive mentality in searching for the next big piece. This team doesn't settle for mediocrity. It constantly aims for championships, fully aware of how fleeting these opportunities can be. Bob Myers may have stepped down, but the new leadership will likely continue that same spirit of bold moves. The league is evolving, and teams need to adapt or risk falling behind. A versatile big man who can space the floor is now as coveted as a sharpshooting guard. The Warriors have always been at the forefront of strategic innovation, forcing other teams to match their pace and range. Adding someone like Zion or Kai would add a fresh dimension to how the Warriors can control games. Fans often recall how the Warriors' identity changed with the arrival of Kevin Durant, transforming them into an unbreakable offensive unit. Similarly, a new addition could redefine the team's approach, whether it's an explosive force like Zion or a high-upside prospect like Kai. In both cases, the aim is to complement Curry's skill set, ensuring he remains the focal point while alleviating some pressure from him as he ages. At the same time, the organization has to weigh the benefits of continuity. The current core enjoys a tight bond, and disruptiveness can sometimes undermine chemistry. Yet a well-executed move could energize everyone, reigniting a spark that fades when rosters grow complacent. It's a balancing act, and the front office is juggling these decisions amidst fan anticipation, media speculation, and a fiercely competitive Western Conference. In this swirl of rumors, we can't ignore that Zion's situation with the Pelicans seems to grow more uncertain with each passing day. Their dismal record suggests they might pivot and reshuffle their roster for a rebuild. If so, a trade package from the Warriors might be the most attractive they receive. The Dubs have pieces that hold both immediate and future value, which could expedite a negotiation. As for Kai Sotto, his journey isn't as entangled in a franchise meltdown, but the window to sign him could close if another team decides to give him a more enticing opportunity. All these factors create a sense of urgency. The Warriors need to decide whether they'll wait until the trade deadline or act sooner. With every impressive performance from the current roster and every slump from key players, the calculations shift. Fans speculate about how the team might perform come playoff time if no bold move is made. Yet Warriors Nation remains united in its desire to see the roster fortified. They want decisive action, even if it means trading beloved contributors, because the end goal is to secure another championship while Curry still leads the charge. From local radio segments to online forums, the chatter is relentless, centering on whether these rumors will ultimately yield something tangible. Some supporters love the drama and cling to every leak, while others prefer to remain skeptical until official announcements confirm or deny the speculation. Either way, the excitement is there, and it's electric. Everyone is on edge, bracing for the next big twist. Through it all, head coach Steve Kerr has kept his composure, repeating that the Warriors remain committed to maximizing their potential. He never rules out a significant change if it makes basketball sense. Kerr has guided Golden State through multiple iterations, from the early breakout years to the Durant era and beyond. His tactical flexibility might extend to orchestrating a system around Zion's explosiveness or discovering how to best nurture Kai's emerging skill set. Warriors veterans like Klay Thompson and Draymond Green share in this philosophy. They've seen firsthand how adding or losing one star can transform the entire complexion of the season. Despite the heartbreak of injuries and missed opportunities, the franchise remains fixated on reclaiming its status as the league's premier team. They know how quickly success can vanish and how pivotal it is to keep reloading. At times, the speculation can overshadow the team's on-court progress, turning every game into a referendum on whether the Warriors should stand pat or make a move. Each disappointing defeat amplifies the voices calling for a trade, while each exhilarating win raises hopes that the current squad can still conquer the West. The tension between believing in the existing roster and yearning for reinforcements creates a unique drama. Throughout the entire fanbase, there's a shared sense of urgency that underscores every rumor, every snippet from insiders, every tweet from analysts. This is the environment in which the Zion and Kai stories continue to flourish, an environment of ambition, restlessness, and hunger for more success. The Warriors now stand at a crossroads, poised between the possibility of acquiring a supremely gifted star with an uncertain injury track record and taking a chance on a towering, intriguing prospect who could blossom into a vital piece of the future. Whichever direction they lean, one thing is certain: the passion and loyalty of this fanbase will follow every twist and turn with unrelenting vigor. If you want to keep up with this unfolding saga, be sure to subscribe to Warriors Nation TV. Your likes, comments, and shared excitement are what keep this community alive and push us to bring you the best and most up-to-date Warriors content around. Many questions remain. Is Zion Williamson truly the ideal heir to Stephen Curry's throne, or can Kai Sotto's untapped potential fill the gap when our superstar eventually passes the torch? Will the Warriors front office strike quickly, or will they exercise patience until the perfect deal presents itself? Every scenario fuels dreams of how Golden State can return to the top and stay there. The key is believing that the next move, whoever it involves, could fortify the roster in a way that honors Stephen Curry's legacy and carries the team into a new era. Stay tuned for more coverage, because the NBA rumor mill never sleeps, and neither do the hopes of Dub Nation. We thank you for standing with us, for your unwavering support, and for joining in the excitement of what might come next. Go Warriors!